Father, thank you for bringing us all here together this morning. This morning we just asked for a special blessing on all of our teachers and admin and the people who serve this community to make it a better place every single day. All of our first responders and everybody who comes together to help make this community the great place that it is. We ask that you bless this food and this time together. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Please join me for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome. Good morning. For those of you visiting this morning, my name is Carl Bolton. I'm the president of the Exchange Club. Thank you for being here. Special thank you to Carrie Jones and your whole staff here for coming out this morning and our honorary guests. Do we have any member guests here this morning to introduce? Brett?
This is Ben Berryman. You walk from Lakewood, try to get East Dallas.
Good morning, everybody. Ben Berryman. I live in Merriman Park Estates, just down the road. I got to know Brett for a while. They grew up in Lakewood, but we both now live in Lake Highlands. And glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Anybody else?
Yes, good morning. Josh Daniels is joining us today. He's been in the area for 9 years, and he's coming to check out our programs.
Good morning, guys. Just live just down the street. Guys, talk.
Thank you for being here. All right, I think we got a couple of announcements this morning. Mr. Riney, you going to come up and talk about Oktoberfest?
Nice. T-minus 2 weeks until Oktoberfest, our largest fundraiser. October 1st, Flagpole Hill, a day of food, fun, music, and maybe some beer. Sponsorships are inching closer to where we were last year, which was a record number. Donations through the Friends of Oktoberfest. Thank you for those who have made a donation. So although we are inching closer to our what we raised last year as far as sponsorships and donations, it's not enough because our costs have increased, as you could imagine, along with everything else in the world, about 20% across the board. So our expenses are going to be up significantly. So if you are so inclined, we would ask that you please consider making a donation as a friend of Oktoberfest. There is a link in the newsletter as well as the Oktoberfest website, lhofest.net. Please make that donation. Volunteers, thank you to everybody who has signed up to work a shift or shifts. We're about 72% of our slots filled. That's actually pretty good for this time of the year, but obviously we still have slots that still need to be filled. So if you have not signed up for a shift, please, again, link in the newsletter to the Sign Up Genius. It's shaping up to be a really good day. The steering committee has been very hard at work. And so if you have any questions, please ask me or a member of the steering committee, and we will see y'all out there in 2 weeks. Thanks.
Thank you, Ken. As a follow-up, next week, note we've got our third Thursday meeting next week at Oak Highlands. I'm going to have a roll of tickets. With those, you can get one frosty cold beverage. I will only be handing them out to people who have already signed up for shifts at Oktoberfest. So if you haven't done that yet, we encourage you to do that beforehand. Otherwise, you can do it on site right there in front of me. That's fine too. Any other announcements? All right, with that, I'm excited for the substitution return this morning of the James Conway Experience. Jimmy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, members, and thank you, guests. I'm happy to be up here again. and honor some of our graduating Lake Highlands seniors today. Let's get right into it. We're going to start the morning with our Character Counts Awards. Before I bring our first student up here, let me read a little bit about it. The Character Counts Awards are given to students who are nominated by the faculty and staff of Lake Highlands High School. This award recognizes young men and women at Lake Highlands, as well as their parents and mentoring teachers, who display strong character traits as a vital part of their daily routine. These are students who serve as peer role models, positively participate in school or community service or extracurricular activities, and serve as student leaders, and are considered to be reliable and trustworthy. Our first honoree this month is going to be Miss Miller McDonald. Miller, if you could run on up here. We're going to trick to this thing is to hold it up here. And if you want to grab a seat, you can, or you can stand with me. It's up to you. Yeah, let's stand. We were going to do the chairs, and it was like a great idea. I was going to sit in the chair, go back and forth, but I have all these notes. That would be weird. So let's get into it, Miller. All right. How long have you lived in Lake Highlands, sir?
I've lived here my whole life, so almost 18 years.
And then elementary school, junior high, where'd you go?
White Rock Elementary and Lake Highlands Junior High.
All right. Now for the more difficult questions. What do you think your greatest strength is?
I think that my greatest strength is my competitiveness, just because it leads me to be hardworking in everything I do, since I want to be the best at everything, and don't want other people to be better than me, so it just makes me work hard.
I love it. All right. One of my greatest weaknesses is that I habitually forget to have my honorees introduce their guests. If you could do that, that'd be great.
My mom, Erin McDonald, is over there, and then my coach, Taryn Parker, is right next to hers.
Your coach, that brings me to my next question. When you're not studying or at school, what's your favorite thing to do?
Definitely playing volleyball. It takes up most of my schedule, but other than that, I'm with my friends, because I soak up as much time with them as I can, because I'm pretty busy throughout the year.
And then any big wins recently on the volleyball team?
We just took down Richardson this week in 3. We play at Highland Park tonight, so it's a big game for us. They're ranked #1 in the state right now, so maybe upset them.
All right, how many siblings?
Yes, I have a sister, and she's a sophomore in college now at University of Rhode Island. So.
Now wait a minute. I'm going to skip a question. So your sister's at University of Rhode Island, and where do you plan to go?
I plan to go play volleyball at Providence College, so it's going to be 30 minutes away from her. So even though I'm far, I'll have her, and then my parents are probably going to be up there a lot because they bought a house.
Did you buy a house? Where'd you buy it?
It's closer to Harbor because she's closer to the beach. Only 30 minutes from Miller and 10 from Harbor.
So we have a house in Newport, Rhode Island, and a lot of our members here have actually been to it. So I never knew about Rhode Island until I was 25. I knew it existed. So what is this draw to Rhode Island?
I mean, it wasn't me. It started with my parents. They got married there in Newport, yeah. And then my sister somehow ended up playing there because she wanted to play anywhere in the Northeast and get out of Texas. And so I guess I followed her there.
Okay, I love it. That's awesome. All right, have you decided on a major?
I mean, as of right now, I want to go into the health science field because I've always wanted to be a PA. But between now and then, that could change. But
if you could vacation anywhere in the world right now, where are you going?
Greece,
Where?
Santorini, because the White Houses are gorgeous. Yes.
All right, favorite electronic device? Phone.
Yes.
And then your favorite app on that phone?
Definitely Snapchat. But just because I can talk to more than just my inner circle of friends, I can talk to my volleyball friends, everyone.
All right. Wow, that's aggressive. What age do you consider old?
This may hurt some feelings. Probably around like 35. I mean, I feel like that's when you start like settling down with your family. Maybe 40, maybe 40.
She lowered her answer on the stage.
Oh, what was that?
She said 37.
Okay, 37.
All right, so if you could meet anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
Taylor Swift, for sure. I've been obsessed with her since I was in like first grade up until now. And yeah, I think she's one of the most down-to-earth celebrities there could be.
She's bumping up on 35. Old. What is your job and why?
I mean, if I could be anything, obviously, like I'd want to be famous or like an influencer. But if I'm being realistic, like a physician's assistant, like I said earlier.
Famous.
Yeah, big time.
Okay, so what is the best advice that you've received so far?
Definitely from my parents whenever I've gone through like struggles in volleyball or like setbacks, them just telling me that like God has a plan no matter what, and like even if you can't see it, like even if the situation sucks, that like it's the most rewarding part is seeing it all come together and see like why everything happened. And I've had many instances where I see that unfold, so.
All right, so if you go back and talk to yourself as a freshman, what do you say?
I would say not to like get too in your head about your grades because I don't like I tend to like stress about that a lot and then wait, what did I say? Oh, okay. I said tell myself to make schoolwork a priority but not let it overwhelm me. And then keep working hard even whenever I have to like sacrifice things, miss out on like fun, big events because it's all gonna be worth it.
All right, and then it's a ways away kind of, but when you graduate in May, what are you most looking forward to doing after that?
Definitely going to college, but I think just getting a taste of independence because I'm very dependent on my family. And I'm very much so a homebody, but going like away to Rhode Island will teach me to like make new friends because I've gone to the same school with my friends since I was in like kindergarten. So just getting some responsibility on my own will be good.
All right, now I'll have Principal Johnson come up and read some of your notes from Dr. Southwest. I walk off the stage. For my picture.
Okay. Miller has already shown to be a standout personality in my calculus class. She is a hard worker, collaborates with everyone around her, and gives feedback during notes. She makes our lesson time even more fun than it already is. Proud of you, from Mr. Lyons. Miller has already shown to be a standout personality in my calculus. No, same one, never mind, hold on. That's for Miss Bishkin, but I guess I copied and pasted. Well, Miss Bishkin is proud of you too. So. She's a busy young lady with lots of talents and aspirations who takes care of her business in a quiet, effective manner. She juggles a lot of balls and does it well. From Mr. Taylor, physics. Miller is an outstanding student and a wonderful athlete. She is the epitome of leadership and is a fiercely loyal person who is always willing to do what's right. From Mr. Trevino, social studies. And then Miller is a kid who has the it factor. She leads by example and is a game changer. Her character is shown by constantly wanting to improve and get better day in and day out. She has received countless awards which are deserving, but continues to do the little things right. I am blessed to have Miller represent our team and our program. From Coach Taryn Parker, who's with us today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So there you go, there's an award for you, and then here's a little token of appreciation.
Thank you so
All we ask is
much.
that you spend that on yourself. Congratulations, Miller McDonald. Our next Character Council Award honoree of the month see how it works.
I was gonna suggest that.
How long have you lived in Lake Highlands?
I've lived in Lake Highlands 13 years, ever since kindergarten.
That's great. And where'd you go to elementary school and junior high?
Wallace, and then Lake Highlands Junior High, and here
Okay, so what would you say that your greatest strength is?
I think it's my ability to relate as a leader. That's something I've learned that, over the years. It's the things you go through, the things you know. And so when you're leading other people, you don't have to be exactly right. You just have to be able to relate to them, And that's something I feel that I possess, with people I know, how I talk to them, I can relate to them and lead them in the way that I think, will fit us all better. So
That's amazing. That's some great insights. And then the faculty and the staff of the high school were actually shaking their heads in agreement as you started, so they agree too. When you're not at school or studying, what do you like to do?
So I spend a lot of my time with the church. I'm like a worship leader there. And so I'm either learning a new tune on the guitar, or if not that, either trying to get into running, which is not going good, but I'm working on it. And I'd be with my friends just playing volleyball at the sand court or something.
That's great. Where's your church?
So we've got a little small church up in Garland. It's called Dallas Student Baptist Church. It's a very cultural church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters?
Yep, I've got 4 siblings, so we've got 3 brothers and 1 sister. You know how that goes for her, but we've got one. So our oldest brother, he goes to DVU. We've got our sister TW, and then we've got 2 younger.
Okay, that's great. Which reminds me, do you have any guests here today?
I've got my dad over there, and then looking around the room, we've got our wonderful admin and teachers who have been mentors and just, friends that I've spent 8 hours a day with this past few years. So.
You gotta hold it higher up, or else it does that. It's really scary. Okay, my kids would be loud. All right, so your favorite electronic device is your phone. Why?
Well, it's the most useful. Everybody will tell you that, it's too distracting, but at the end of the day, it helps you with pretty much everything you need. Sometimes when I get bored, I just pull up YouTube if I need an answer to a test. Not at school, of course not. Yes, man. I'm talking about at home, of course. Yep, and it's got everything you need. So
that's awesome. It also said that cellular devices nowadays get a bad rap, but I feel like if used right, writing in contacts or calling people or writing down notes and to-do lists, it comes in handy.
Correct. Yes.
All right. Where do you plan to go to college? Do you have any thoughts yet?
So I've got, I think my top 3 right now is DVU, going after my brother, OSU, Baylor, and I'm looking to, some public schools here.
That's great.
So.
Do you know what you want to major in?
I've got also 3 options for that. So 1 would be biblical studies, social work, and sociology. But those aren't. We'll have to see.
We'll see. So you got time. Yeah. What is your favorite? What's your favorite club or sport, and why?
The Dallas Cowboys. It's the beginning of the season. Yeah, we ran into some trouble, but we are America's team. We're gonna come back. I believe it's gonna be solid.
I love it. I love the enthusiasm. All right. So I'm gonna give you $10,000 right now. I'm not actually gonna do that, by the way. But in theory, I'm gonna give you $10,000. You can go on vacation anywhere in the world. Where are you gonna go and why?
I'd probably get it for free, but there's this one place in Missouri. It's called Kennecott Camps. For some reason, that place always pulls me back. It's got the most engaging and wonderful people there, from directors to the counselors. And so that's like what I've spent my summer, at least 1-2 weeks, these past 5 years, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. And so I would go back there in a heartbeat.
Awesome. Let's talk about your phone again. When you're on your phone, outside of YouTube, what's your favorite app?
It'd be Instagram, but I'm on it at home though, so I have to.
How many Instagram accounts do you have?
I run 3 Instagram accounts.
Awesome. All right. What age do you consider to be old?
Okay.
You can't change your answer.
Yeah, 60. I mean, because like you've gone through all of it. You're pretty much a grandfather, somewhat, and so I think you know life as it is. So
I think you got a couple. If you could meet anyone, past or present, who would it be?
Okay, this one's funny, but I said Jesus Christ himself. I mean, one, that would prove his existence. And so all these questions I have, like, boom, he's real. And 2, that is the most famous man in the world. And so, like it or not, he is the most famous. So I would love to meet him.
What's the best advice that you've received so far?
So this was from my late friend as of like November 27th last year. He was really caught up on this Bible verse his whole life. His life verse was 1 John 4, 29. We love because he first loved us. And so his advice to me, to everyone, was the only theory to loving others and be a kind person is to love. The only theory to love is love. And so that has always struck with me, because I mean, when we talk to people and when we try to love people, we're always thinking of practical ways, we're always thinking of actions, but instead just do it, instead of thinking about how to do it. Just go up. I've always tell my friends, tell my people, just go up to somebody and just be nice. There's really nothing to prepare yourself up for it.
All right, so if you go back and taught yourself as a freshman, what advice would you give yourself?
Start early and stay consistent, but at the same time, include yourself to almost everything you can, because it haunts you. Not starting early and everything, and all the things you need, all these deadlines, it haunts you. So beat those deadlines, stay consistent in school, beat procrastination, and dude, go to events, go to clubs, because that's where you meet people, and that's how you, I guess, in a way, fit in. So it really helps.
Yeah, remember all that next year, or whatever you do next. All right, so after graduation, what are you most looking forward to?
I am totally looking forward to the freedom past my little house of 7 people. That's gonna be really good. Sorry, Dad. But and then I think there's just the new, steps and new things I can be a part of in college and as a person who's graduated high school. So I'm excited for that.
All right, and now Principal Jones. This is the.
Thank you for using your phone at home. Okay, Biak is a joy to have in the AVID program. He lights up our space with positivity and charisma. Our class includes many team building and personal reflection activities, and Biak is always willing to share his perspective and finds a way to bring others into the conversation. His contagious smile and energy helps us build a close-knit, supportive class. From Mrs. Macy. I was honored to have Biak in my business class last year. He is intelligent, walks with integrity, and is a leader both inside and outside of the classroom. I truly enjoyed getting to know him as one of my students. From Mr. Barrios. Biak is a unique student, and it's difficult to put into words. He carries a unique charisma and valor that even as an adult I admire. From being welcoming to all students of any background, to getting classwork done and engaging in discussions in class, to the once in a while life check talks, Biak is a light that shines so bright everywhere he is. From Ms. Ramiro. Bioc is one of those people you come across that when you meet them, you instantly know they are caring and kind to the core. I doubt there is a bad bone in Bioc's body. His constant positivity and willingness to help is a small light of hope in a world that is seemingly more divided and cynical by the day. I am proud to have been his teacher from Mr. Fernandez, right there, who's with us. So.
And then you heard it before, but please spend that on yourself. Congratulations, Bioc Sang, everybody. Now we'll move on to our next portion of the program, and that's going to be our Youth of the Month recipients. First, I'll ask our first recipient to come on up. Althea, if you could come on up here, sit with me while you're walking up. I'll read a little bit about this award. The Youth of the Month award recognizes Lake Highlands graduating seniors along with their parents and mentoring teachers who have excelled in academics, leadership, and school and community service. These are students in the top 20% of their class and often much higher, and who participate in student government, school publications, music, theater, athletics, or other school-sponsored activities like ROTC. These students also have typically received special recognition or awards by other educational, community, state, or national organizations for demonstrating excellence in academics, leadership, participation, and community service. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to introduce your guests.
Hello, I'm Fatia Abadia. It doesn't matter. There's one mom over there with a big phone. My Army instructor, Mess Sergeant Calvin Washington, and Lieutenant Colonel Robert Gerald.
Lieutenant Colonel, not Captain. Got it.
My wonderful teacher, Mr. Horton, Miss Boland, Mr. Whittam, Miss Stafford, and our amazing admin.
How long have you lived in Lake Highlands?
I've lived in Lake Highlands since 2017, since I moved here from Nigeria. So, yeah.
Good job moving the hand on the mic. I was about to be like, hey, quick, gotta hold it high there. It gets really loud. So you moved here from Nigeria. That's incredible. How did you find that transition from living in Nigeria to moving here?
I mean, it definitely has the ups and downs. Of course, Nigeria is my home, where I was born, where my whole family was born. But at moving here, I have more opportunity educational-wise, and I get to express myself more, and I love it.
That's wonderful. So where did you attend elementary school and junior high?
I went to Thurgood Marshall for 6th grade. I came in the middle of 6th grade, so I wasn't there for that long. And then I went to Lake Highlands Junior High.
That's great. So tell me what your greatest strength is.
I think my greatest strength would be my determination. I mean, I've been through so much, even just moving here and being here in general, and I'm always determined. I want to win. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm in everything. So.
All right. So when you're out of school or studying, what do you like to do?
I like dancing, and I think most people know because I'm an African dance. I like dancing. It's so it's just something about pretending like I'm in a music video while I'm alone. Yeah, it's just relaxing. Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings. I'm the oldest out of 4 kids. I have a younger sister and 2 younger brothers, and they're great. Yeah.
Let's keep it simple. All right, what is your favorite electronic device and why?
Again, this is so Gen Z, but it's my phone, obviously. It just has so much, it has so much power because we give it so much power, but yeah, it has my communication, my planner, my calendar, and of course, Netflix.
When you're on your phone and you're not watching Netflix, what is your other favorite app choice?
TikTok. I know, my colonel, his face is already
I was going to ask, has he had to make any TikToks?
No. But I know, it's addicting, and I think that's why, it's so addicting. Just late night scrolls, just keep going. Yeah. And you're looking at me like, okay.
You should delete it if you're addicted to it. You should delete it. That's just some sage advice. And don't do it at school. No TikTok at school.
No TikTok.
And no TikTok videos in the hallways. Have you decided on a major yet?
No, I actually haven't. I'm like kind of indecisive, but I do follow a healthcare path in our school, and I think that's one thing that I would like to go, like just to enter in, like healthcare management. But I haven't decided yet. Yeah.
Any idea where you might want to go next year?
Not yet. I mean, I've been looking at a couple different schools, public schools here in Texas or Air Force Academy, and we're working on that.
Colorado Springs. Nice. This is going to make the answer to this next question kind of awkward. So, what is your favorite club or sport?
I mean, okay. Okay, I'll not say JRTC because I don't think it's a club or a sport. It's a class. So my favorite club that I'm in, and it's outside of school actually, it's called Teen Learning Wizard. Basically, it's a program where we tutor elementary school in math and core subjects basically. And I specialize in math and science. And I don't know, it's just my favorite because it gives me so much joy when I see like a little mentee that looks like my brother or my sister finally gets a problem that we've been working on for days. And they just look so happy, like, I got it. I'm like, yeah, you did. It's just, and I feel like I learn so much every day. It just feels good to pass on that knowledge to somebody else.
That's great. All right, so $10,000 in hand right now. You're going to DFW, anywhere in the world. Where are you going?
Honestly, I don't know because like I haven't even explored Dallas as it is by itself. So I think I'll be like stunned if I go anywhere. So I don't have a dream place yet.
What age do you consider is old?
I said like in the questionnaire I didn't put any explanation. I just said 40 because I thought that was a tricky question. Like I just said 40 and I would not be explaining any further. I just think that's the age.
If you could meet anyone in the world, past or present,
I would like to meet my mom's mom. She's late and I never got a chance to meet her. And I just there's just a series of unanswered questions that like, is she like my mom? Is she stubborn like my mom? But I just thought it would be, I just want to have a conversation with her because I never got a chance to meet her.
That'd be great. What is your dream job and why?
I don't have a dream job. I mean, I have an idea of what I want my dream job to be, but I don't have a specific. I want something that I'm passionate about. I want something that I want to wake up and, like, it's a job, obviously. I'll have some days where I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I want it to be something that I'm willing to do it, not. And I like money, but I don't want it to be like, that's the only reason why I want this job. So, yeah.
Best advice that you received thus far?
This advice was given to myself because I talk to myself a lot. I promise I'm not crazy. But it's very simple. It's just never give up. Like, it's very simple. Like, I'll look at myself in the mirror, like, after wiping my tears, I just go, never give up. And I'm like, I got it. It clicked. It just clicks in my head. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean.
That's awesome. All right. So if you go back and talk to yourself as a freshman, what advice would you give yourself?
Don't take that AP human geography class. But no. No, that's true. That's true. Don't take that. But what I will say is, I'll tell her two things. I will thank her for laying a good groundwork for me because I've started the work ethic and kind of character that I built as a freshman year, and I'm still growing on that. I love that for her. But what I'll criticize her on having fun a little bit, be a child just a little bit more. But yeah.
All right. So after graduation, what are you most looking forward to?
A new sense of freedom. If y'all can't tell, I'm African, and I get very little of that. But I'm just looking forward to new opportunities, new journey, new excitement, meeting new people, connecting with different people. Yeah.
Fair enough. Principal Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Fatia has been an incredible student since I first had her in English 1. I currently have her in debate, and she has risen to the occasion by becoming the debate club president. Her academic successes are significant, and she shows a clear inclination to lead others while providing them with all of the support they need to help them succeed as well. She is a pleasure to have in class from Mr. Horton. Where's Mr. There he is, who's here with us this morning. Fatia is one of those students you come across once or twice in a career. She is brilliant, hardworking, kind, aware, conscientious of the experiences of others, and is a natural and dedicated leader. She is committed to her success while also contributing to and supporting the success of those around her. From Mrs. Stafford, our light, who's here with us. She is committed to making herself the best human she can be. Her work ethic and energy are unparalleled. She's a very special young lady from Mr. Black, your English teacher last year, right? Last year. And then Fatia is like a wise old woman, not wild, sorry, wise old woman you want to impress. She exudes excellence, intelligence, confidence, and a no-nonsense aura that makes her lesser people cower. People are better for knowing her because she naturally demands you be on your game in her presence because she is always on hers. She is a champion for the marginalized, a leader of the righteous, and a force to be reckoned with from Ms. Boland, who is with us today as well. Congratulations.
How did I do, Zion? Was I on point?
Yes, your hair is great.
Fatia, who you have here is your award, and as you heard, all we ask that you spend this on yourself. Thanks so much for being here today. We're honored for you. Fatia Fassi. All right, we're getting through it. Our final honoree of the month is going to be Mr. Ethan Davis. Ethan, please join me on stage. How long have you lived in Lake Highlands?
Yeah, so I've lived in Lake Highlands for 16 years. I moved here when I was 2 years old.
Where'd you move from?
I think we were over in the Preston Hollow era when I was a baby. I mean, I don't really remember much. I was pretty little. But I've been in the house that we're currently in for 16 years. It's been great.
That's great. Where'd you attend elementary school and junior high?
So I went to White Rock Elementary with Miller, and I also went to Lake Highlands Junior High.
What would you say your greatest strength is?
I believe my greatest strength to be my ambition. So I am Wrangler captain, I'm a National Honor Society officer, and I'm also on the varsity basketball team for this year. They're all pretty tough things, I would say, to do. I think my ambition has really pushed me to go for these positions. It's definitely something that's carried me through all the struggles of achieving these as well. So I would say it's definitely my greatest strength for me.
Before we go any further, could you please introduce your guest?
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's my mom right there, Michelle Davis. That's my grandmother, Faith Esmont. My little sister, Sydney. My dad, Jeff Davis. That's Warren. He's a bellboy and a wrangler. That's Jack Schreiner. He's a varsity football player. That's Coach Duffield. He is the head coach of the basketball team. That's my grandpa, Ed Esmont. I also have a few teachers here, Miss Watchman and Mr. Whittam. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
When you're not at school or studying, what's your favorite thing to do?
Sorry.
We're holding it right now.
Sorry. I love to lift weights over at LA Fitness. I like playing basketball there too with friends or just other teammates. I play video games like every other teenage boy, so I enjoy that a little bit. And that's about it. I mean, I spend a lot of time on Wrangler stuff with the other captains. We spend a lot of time planning and just preparing stuff for the class. So we do a lot of that outside of school as well.
Awesome. All right. What is your favorite electronic device and why?
It's actually not my phone, believe it or not. I've been obsessed with drones since I was about in 6th grade. I've probably gone through about 4 or 5 of them in the past 4 or 5 years. I like to resell them a lot. But I currently have it's called a Mavic Pro 2. I like to fly around over Rock Lake, and then you can take pretty cool pictures with it. I spend a lot of time editing those, or I go fly around on vacations. It's just something that I enjoy. It's a little hobby of mine.
Our resident drone pilot just gave me a little like, it's a good one.
That's really cool.
That's a good one. Do you know where you plan to attend college?
Okay, so I've applied to 4 different schools currently. I've applied to the University of Alabama. I actually got accepted 2 days ago to that, so that's pretty cool. I've also applied to Texas A&M, Baylor, and UT Austin. So I hope to hear from them soon.
So what you're saying is that Bama's your safety school?
Maybe.
I went to LSU, but my wife went to Bama, and she's really mean. About Bama stuff. All right. Have you decided on a major yet?
Yes, I think I have an idea. I would like to go biology. I mean, I took pre-AP biology my freshman year, and I've just loved it ever since. I'm currently in AP biology with Mr. Whittam. It's been great so far. We're doing chemistry right now. It's a little bit tough, but I'm trying. It's just been something I really enjoy. I enjoy cells and life and all that. So I think it's what I picked on all my applications to go biology. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do when I get to college.
What's your favorite cover sport?
Okay, so it's got to be between basketball and Wranglers. We're so different, so I can't really just pick one. But in basketball, it's definitely pushed me mentally and physically more than probably anything else at the high school. It's taught me to be a better person. I've also built some really good relationships through the basketball program that I currently have. And we're going to be really good this year, so that's really cool to be a part of. I think the community is going to be really happy with the team. And then in Wranglers, you know, you get to dance with a girl. It's pretty cool. It's taught me, I'm captain, so I mean, it's taught me some pretty cool leadership skills. I also build really cool relationships in that as well. We spend a lot of time on it outside of school. We also get to go on trips every year. We're going to London this year in December, I believe, so that's a pretty big deal. I would say it's just a really cool organization to be a part of.
That's amazing. All right, I'm going to give you $10,000 right now. You're going to DFW. Where are you headed?
Is this like vacation or like DFW?
Well, I mean, I guess if you're already going to DFW, I'm going to put you on a plane.
Oh, yeah. So I'm definitely getting a one-way ticket to the Bahamas. I went there my summer after 8th grade, before my freshman year, and it's actual paradise. I mean, no other way to describe it. It's just paradise, literally.
Your favorite social media app of choice?
Probably Snapchat, like, pretty common answer. You know, I mean, my friends and I don't even use iMessage. It's just strictly Snapchat. You know, I mean, you can text anyone through it. People call each other through Snapchat. It's the app, I would say.
So wait, you don't actually use the text messaging app on your phones?
Not usually, no. I mean, I usually use text message for like adults.
I text message the students when I'm trying to coordinate work. You're an adult. That's great. I'm an old. Which brings us to our next question. I might hold you to an answer on it. What age do you consider is old? Just text messages? Somebody said that's
No, forget I said that. It's definitely a trick question. I mean, if you're healthy and whatnot, I mean, who really cares? You know, it's just a number, as everyone says. So I'm not gonna say a number. Like,
if you could meet anybody in the world, past or present, who would it be?
It would definitely be Kobe Bryant. I mean, I've loved basketball my whole life. He's been an idol of mine ever since I was little. I mean, the way he modeled his life was pretty amazing. His achievements through basketball and outside of basketball have been pretty cool. That's about it. Yeah.
What is your dream job?
So I said I'd like to go biology. I know it's a pretty common major for doctors and whatnot in that field. So I think to be either a doctor or a surgeon would be pretty cool.
Best advice you've received thus far?
When I was in 2nd grade, I remember I failed some tests in 2nd grade, and then my teacher, Miss Breckner, I believe she's over at ECLH now, she talked to me about how to just trust your instincts on questions. It's just something I've lived by on every other test since, and just in general life. I remember I took the ACT last week, and then like the last 10 questions on the math section were pretty tough, so I was just like, B. Just trust it, kind of, you know? I mean, it's something that's helped me a little bit. It's probably the best advice I've received thus far.
We got a theme going on here. Difficult classes. What is the advice you would give yourself as a freshman?
Avoid Spanish 3. I mean, coming out of junior high, I probably couldn't speak a lick of Spanish, if I'm being honest. But you know, I had the ambition of going to hard classes in freshman year, and my GPA definitely would have thanked me if I would have avoided Spanish 3. So going back, I would say avoid it at all costs. Don't go in there.
I agree. What are you most looking forward to doing after graduation?
Just moving on in general. I mean, I feel like Lake Highlands prepared me to move on. I plan to go to a college. I hope to meet a lot of great new friends and get a lot of new opportunities. I think there's just a lot waiting out there. I'm excited to see where life takes me, you know.
That's great. Principal Jones, she's going to present some of those facts this afternoon. Before I forget, students, if you could stick around when we finish up, just so we can make sure we take a picture.
Okay, hi Ethan. Ethan is a very respectful and bright student. He comes to class ready to work each day, giving 100%. What more can you ask of a student? He's a solid contributor and he makes those around him work harder. I'm so glad to have him in my class, and that's from Mr. Lyons. Ethan Davis is a senior leader on our boys basketball team. It has been an honor to watch his growth as both a player and a young man over the last 4 years. He's incredibly deserving of this award. His work ethic, determination, and character have helped him excel both on the basketball court and in school. He's helped win championships on our freshman and JV teams and will be a key part of our varsity team this year. In addition, Ethan became captain of the Wranglers, and he will definitely make academic all-state because of his hard work in the classroom, from Coach Duffield, who's with us today. Ethan is in my AP biology class, and I haven't known him for long, but he has already made an impression on me as being a very respectful and hardworking student. Congratulations on receiving the Youth of the Month award, Ethan, from Mr. Whittem, who's with us. And then I'm using my phone, because Ms. Washman, you didn't use the Google form. That's okay. You emailed me, you're fine. Ethan Davis, you are an outstanding student who always submits your very best work. You're a thorough perfectionist who always gives 100% in everything you do. But most importantly, you laugh at all of my jokes, whether they're funny or not, which is a true measure of your character. You're a scholar and a gentleman, and I wish you the very best always, from Ms. Washman. Congratulations.
And all we ask is that you spend that on yourself, as you've heard. Congratulations, everybody. Mr. Ethan Davis. And now I'll turn it over to Carl.
Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you stepping up and taking that on this morning. Great job. Congratulations again to all our recipients. Please, as Jimmy said, join us up here on the stage for a quick picture afterwards. Thank you to our guests this morning. Remember to help Mr. Riney out with Oktoberfest. And with that, we are dismissed. We'll see y'all out at the Boneyard tonight.